Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mamata Mallavajjala. Now in today's topic, let us learn how to obtain the initial basic feasible solution of a transportation problem by using Ogel's approximation method. The transportation problem is a special kind of a linear programming problem in which there are certain origins and some destinations, and we need to transport the goods from different origins to the respective destinations such that the total transportation cost is minimized. Here you can see that in this problem we have three different plants, plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3, and the supplies of the plant 1 is 35 and for plant 2 it is 50 and for plant 3 the number of units that could be supplied is 40 units, and the demand or the requirement at the city 1 is 45 and the demand at city 2 is 20 units and the demand at city 3 is 30 units and the demand at city 4 is 30 units again. Now here the objective of the transportation problem is to obtain the minimum transportation cost by transporting the goods from the plants 1, 2 and 3 to the different cities 1, 2, 3 and 4. The Ogel's approximation method is an efficient method and a convenient method for obtaining the IBFS of a transportation problem. The solution of a transportation problem can be categorized into two different parts. In the first part, we will obtain the initial basic feasible solution, and during the second part, we will try to make this solution still better one by using the Modi algorithm. Now, let us learn the Ogel's approximation method to obtain the IBFS for the transportation problem. So, first, according to the method, you need to obtain the penalties for each row and each column. The penalties can be obtained by taking the difference of the minimum and the next to minimum cost for each of the rows and columns. For the first row, the minimum cost here is 6 and the next to minimum cost is 8 and the difference between these is 2. So, write down the penalties at the right side corner. And next, for the second plant, the minimum cost of the row is 7 and the next to minimum is 9. The difference between 7 and 9 is 2. So, write down 2 in the right side. Similarly, for plant 3, the minimum cost in the row is 5 and the next to minimum cost is 9. So, the difference between them is 4. Write it to the right side. Similarly, obtain the penalties for the columns also. You can see for the first city or the first column, the smallest cost is 8 and the next two smallest cost is 9. The difference between them is 1. And for the second column, the minimum cost is 6 and the next to minimum cost is 9. The difference between them is 3. Similarly, for city 3 and city 4, the penalties are 3 and 2. Now, after you obtain the penalties, you need to consider the largest penalty. Now, out of the penalties of the rows and the column, you can see that the largest penalty is 4. In the largest penalty row, you need to consider the least cost. The least cost of the plant 3 is 5. In the 5, the cell, that is in the cell 3, 4, you are going to allot or you are going to transport the minimum of the supply and the demand. So, the supply is 40 units for this cell and the demand is 30. The minimum of 40 and 30 is 30. So, write this 30 at the top corner of the cell. That is because the city 4 has a demand of 40 units, and since its demand is fulfilled, cross off this particular column, so that since I am not going to allot anything more to city 4. Okay. So now again revise the penalties. So again I am revising the penalties. Now in the remaining transportation problem, you can see the penalties of the row. First row is 6 and 8 again. So difference between them is 2, and the next is 9 and 12. So the difference between 9 and 12 is 3, and for the third plant the difference between 9 and 14 is 5. And since the column differences are not affected, so write down the differences or the penalties as it is, and since city 4 is being cancelled, put a dash here. Okay. Now in the penalties that are revised, you now have to obtain, or you now have to select the largest penalty. The largest penalty here is out of 2, 3, 5 and 1, 3 and 3. The largest penalty is 5. Okay. So now you are going to again consider plant 3, and the next minimum cost that is remaining is 9. So here you can see that out of the 40 units, already 30 units been allotted to city 4. So the remaining units after the unit 30 units are allotted is 10. So it is 10. So now in the cell 3,2 you are going to allot the minimum of 10 and 10. So allot minimum which is 10. So 30 plus 10 which is 40. So the plant 3 has 40 units with it, and since all the 40 units have exhausted, cross off this column. So sorry, cross off the row. Now again revise the penalties. So revise the penalties. So here 6 and 8, the difference is 2. So now the difference of 9 and 12, it is 3. Now since the plant 3 has a 40 unit supply and it's been exhausted, so put a dash here. Next, revise the penalties here also. So 8 and 9, 1, and the difference of 6 and 12, it is 6. The difference of 10 and 3, it is 3. Okay. Now you can see that out of the revised penalties, the largest penalty is 6. So consider the second column. In the second column, you need to consider the least cost. The least cost here is 6. Okay. So in the cell 1, 2, now you need to make the assignment, right? So because for city 2, I have the requirement or the demand of 20 units, and out of the 20 units, I have procured it from plant 3 10 units. So the remaining requirement for the city 2 is 10 units. Okay. So out of the supply 35 units and the demand 10 units, you can allot the 10 units of demand, and since 10 plus 10 is 20, city 2 has a demand of 20 units, and since the demand of city 2 is being fulfilled, cross of the second column. Okay. Now again revise the penalties. So the difference of 8 and 10 is 2. The difference of 9 and 13 is 4. And now the difference of 8 and 9 is 1. And since the city 2 has fulfilled its requirement, next for city 3 the difference is 3. Now, so out of the penalties, as you know, you need to consider the largest penalty. So the largest penalty is this. So in this particular row, you need to consider the least cost. The least cost here is 9. Okay. So here in this particular row and column, you check the availability and the requirement. The supply here is 50 units and the demand is only 45 units. So the demand 45 units, the minimum of the supply and demand is 45, which is demand. Now since city 1 has a demand of 45 units, since the city 1's demand is fulfilled, cross of the cell. So cross of this city 1, since there is no requirement for the city 1. Now out of the 50 units of the plant 2 supply, already 45 units have been assigned to city 1. So the remaining supply is 5 units, right? So I am remaining with only 2 cells here. So I need not consider the penalties again. So consider the cell which has the least cost. So here the least cost is 10, that is cell number 1, 3. So here now you can see that you need to allot the minimum of the supply and the demand, right? So out of the supply of 35 units, you can see that the 10 units are being allotted to city 2. So the remaining supply of the plant 1 is 25. So out of 25 and 30, the minimum is 25. So allot 25 here, right? So you can see that 25 plus 10, which is 35, the total supply of the plant 1 is exhausted. So cross off this cell. So I am left with only one cell. So consider here. So here I have 5, remaining supply is 5. Now out of the 30 units, already 25 units are allotted to city 3. So the remaining units are 5. So 5 and 5. So if you are doing a problem right, then you will be left with the equal amount of the supply and demand for the last cell. So this is the allotment for the Ogel's approximation method. So now check your problem whether you have done it correctly or not, whether the supplies or demands are done or not. So you can see that 10 plus 25, the supply is 35, and 45 plus 5, which is 50, 10 plus 30, which is 40. So 45, so 45, 10 plus 10, it is 20, 25 plus 5, which is equal to 30, and 30. So all the supplies and demands are been equally distributed here. So now let us obtain the transportation cost. The transportation cost by using Ogel's approximation method is Z is equal to, so here 10 into 6. So 10 into 6 plus 25 into 10 plus 45 into 9 plus 5 into 13 plus 10 into 9 plus 30 into 5. So Z is equal to 10 6 are 60, 25 into 10 250, so 45 into 9 405, 13 into 5 65 plus 10 into 9 90 plus 150. Okay, so now the transportation cost, you can see that, which is equal to 1020, sum them, it is 1020. So let me explain once again here what are these 8, 9, 8, 6, 10 and 9. These are the cost. So this 8 implies that the cost of transporting 1 unit from plant 1 to city 1 is 8. That is, if I am transporting 1 unit from plant 1 to city 1, the transportation cost incurred is 8 rupees or 8 units, right? So you are putting a box here. So this is 10. This 10 implies that this is the number of units that are transported. So these are the cost, and the small box here represents the number of units that are transported. And before using the Ogel's approximation method or any method for obtaining the solution of a transportation problem, you need to check for the balancedness of a transportation problem. So what is a balancedness here? So if a problem has the total of the availability is equal to total of the requirements, then the problem is said to be balanced. So you can see the totals have the total supply and the total demand, and so that the problem of the IBFS can be obtained. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you.